Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into something really exciting, building an advanced weather app using just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Whether you're a beginner looking to level up your skills or a seasoned developer wanting to create something cool, this tutorial has got you covered. By the end of this video, you'll be familiar with essential techniques to fetch live weather data, style it beautifully, and make your app fully responsive. So, grab your code editor and let's get started. As I mentioned before, we are going to start from the beginning to advance. So I start the project by creating an empty folder in my desktop, or you can choose your own location. Then just drag it and drop into a text editor of your choose. Always try to create your HTML file in the root of your project and create two folders for CSS and JavaScript files. Great. Now let's set up our HTML file by holding Shift key and exclamation mark. Now let's change the HTML title and connect JavaScript file. We use defer because we link the file inside head. And let's link our CSS file. Inside CSS file, I'm going to copy and paste some codes to make it simple for you. I just grabbed a font family called Roboto from Google, have some root colors and some general styling like getting rid of all margin and padding. Change the font family, and for body I have changed the background and place everything in the middle using Flexbox. For the icons, we are using Bootstrap icons. You can get the CDN link from their official website or from this project repository in my GitHub. Great. We just finished setting up our project. Now let's design our weather. At first, I am going to wrap everything with a container. Inside it, we will have a div called contents that helps us divide left and right contents of our weather app. In the left side, we have current weather degree contents. Inside it, we have a search bar. I added an input and an icon. You can see we have them in the browser. Now let's open the CSS file. For the container, we give a width of 70%. Overflow hidden. And I just copy and paste some code for responsive part, which you can see them here. I just changed the width at each screen size. Only for mobile version I added a merging of 1 rem and 0. Next, for the contents, we give a width, display flex, and gap 1 rem to separate left and right contents. Again, I copy and paste the responsive code. Just make it column in the mobile version. Let's add the right content div to see it in the browser. I just add a heading one for now. Now you can see our contents are completely responsive. That is awesome. Following the search bar, we have weather degree div. Inside of it, we have a div and an image that shows weather situation and a heading one to show weather degree. You can see them here. Following this, we have location, which will display the location name using GPS. I added an icon in the location name. And finally, we have weather situation. It has an icon and a text. All right, that is all for the right side. Now let's style it. For the current weather degree, we add flex property to define how much space it should get, and the rest you can see them in the screen. Now it's looking great. Let's style search bar. We first separate input from icon and add a box shadow. Nice. For the input to take the entire space, we just add flex 1. Now let's change the icon color. And also set a hover effect for the icon. Amazing. Next, let's target degree. We add position relative. For the image, we add a width and position absolute to move it around. And finally, add a responsive code. It's not finished yet. Let's style heading 1. Give a font size. To avoid this issue, let's target the span tag and give it a font size. Wonderful. For the location, we need to first separate icons from the text. Nice. Now let's target P tag, change the font size. Let's increase TH icon size. Looking amazing. For weather situation, we need to do the same thing. So I just add the class name beside location class name. Now you can see they are looking the same. Our left side's design is completely finished. Now let's work on the right side. In the right side, we need to have a div. Inside of it, we need to have 2 buttons for change our degree. Next, add a heading 1 for title. Following this, we need to have a wrapper div for the highlights. Our first div will be for sunset. So we will have a heading 1. Following that, we need to have an other div. We add an icon and a span tag that shows the degree. And we need 1 more of this div. Alright. Following this, we need the same info for sunset and sunrise. Let's change the data. Awesome. We need 1 more div for feels like. Again, change the data. Great. Let's do the same for humidity. Change the data. Let's do for wind speed. Now change the data. Wonderful. And finally, copy and paste it for visibility. Now change the data. Alright, now we are ready to style our right side. So let's open the CSS file. First, let's target our wrapper, which is called Current Weather Details. We add Flex 1 to specify how much space it should get. Change the background color. Nice, that is looking great. Next, let's target the degree change div. We need move the buttons to the right side using Flexbox. Cool. Now let's target the single button. Change the background color. Now they're looking good. But we need to have an active color. You can see I added an active class to one of my buttons. Let's target it in CSS. Change the background color. Looking amazing. Next, need to target highlights class. Add a width of 100%. Oops, seems I forget to wrap the title and highlights div with a container. Now let's do it. I am going to call it Today Weather. Now let's change the class name in CSS. Now let's target the title. Add font size. Alright, next let's target the highlights container and make responsive boxes using grid. Display grid, grid template columns, repeat. Auto fit min and max width is 150px and 1fr. Now you can see we have responsive boxes. Amazing. Let's target single box. Change the background color. It's looking good. So I target all divs, display flex. Let's style the icons. I add a background color. Amazing. Now let's decrease the font size. Let's first target span tag and set the font size to 0.8 rem. For flea degree, we add a font size of 2.5 rem. Looking better. For heading 1, we add a font size of 0.7 rem. And that is it. Our design part is finished successfully. You can see we have a responsive weather app. In the next part, we will work on JavaScript part. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and give a subscribe to my channel. See you in the next part.